Alright, the next part of the puzzle is to figure out the piping here. And trust me, it was a puzzle. I mean, we spent, I don't know how long in the hardware store trying to find the right fittings and everything. I think we got it done. So now, basically I got this adapter here that will screw right in here. Should put the O-ring on first, make sure it doesn't leak. So that will go in there. I'm not going to tighten it up yet. And then I need this 90-degree angle to come out further than this, than the frame. I got to make sure that this is pushed the whole way back. So basically I got to cut a piece of pipe so I can join these two. And then after that, I think it's this one or this one. Yeah, that'll go right in there. This is an adapter that goes from a 2-inch to a 1.5 inch, and then that 1.5 inch will actually fit in that fitting, or no, sorry, I'll have to mount a tube in here, and then that tube, that 1.5 inch tube, will actually mount to this, and that'll be our control valve to turn on and off the ice resurfacer, the water. So basically I got to cut this pipe and cut another pipe here that'll actually go in here. And I got to find a way to actually mount this on here. I might actually have to put a bracket here or something, or maybe even just the fact of this PVC pipe is going to be, you know, basically glued in place. Might actually hold enough. I'll have to see. If not, I can definitely, you know, drill some holes and, you know, tie this to the frame. So let me go ahead and measure out this how long I need for the pipe. And I'll cut it up, glue it together, hopefully, maybe. Anyways, I'm a little sketched about this, but whatever. You know, got to give it a shot. Okay, I fully tightened this with a pipe wrench. It's actually tighter than I thought it would be. But anyways, measuring this, we could go with 3 inches, but I think I'm going to go with a 4-inch pipe here, just to make sure we have enough room. Yeah, so let me go cut a 4-inch pipe, or 2-inch pipe, 4 inches long, and we'll glue it in here, and then we'll glue this part on there, and then go from there. Cuts much faster than metal. Always test it before you glue. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna work. And I think it'll be strong enough. It's just gonna be a little piece of pipe here. Then after that, by the way, from here, I'm actually gonna go down to a sump pump basically line. I think I have a 2-inch or something, I don't know. But I'll see, you know, I got a couple of different sizes. I got 1 inch, I got 1.5 inch. I got lots of this stuff laying around. So yeah, it's just a flexible sump pump line, or hose, so that when the thing raises and lowers, this thing will be able to flex, and it won't, like, you know, put any strain on it. All right, I think we're ready to glue. I put an old paint can or paint tray down here. Don't want it to drip on my brand new cement floor. And by the way, this garage here is geez, not even 2 months old. I've been waiting for this garage forever. It was supposed to get built last October, but there were delays in getting the concrete poured, and so I had to wait an extra 6 months to get it done, but finally got done. So happy about it too. Turned out really good. Try to get the angle right here. There, that looks about right. sticks out beyond the tractor a little bit, so I got to be careful when I do drive this around so I don't connect it. Although I suppose when it's pushed back, it still sticks out a little bit, but it's not bad. I like it. Now I'm gonna go measure a piece of pipe for this one, and we'll cut that one. Alright, so I cut the pipe, 2.5 inches long. Didn't need too much of a long pipe there. Looks like this will work just perfect. Alright, let's glue these together. Almost forgot to glue this joint. That's glued. Now let me go get a flat screwdriver so we can tie this together. The only bad part about this is I'll have to get off the tractor in order to turn on and off the water, but that's not a big deal. There you go. So now the next part is to figure out the actual mechanism to lift and raise, and well, actually do the piping out back. So let's go back and figure that part out. Close this up. I don't think I'll need this anymore because this is ABS. I'm going over to PVC for the back part of the resurfacer. So I'm done with the ABS glue. So I don't know if you remember, well, you know, if you've seen in the previous videos, I had drilled some holes in here, and that's basically to hold this pipe clamp that's going to be holding this, and as you can see it's a loose one, so it'll be able to rotate. So I basically got to straighten out these ears just so I can mount them flat like this and hold like that. So I'm just going to go use the vise and actually straighten these out. I don't know if I can, yeah. Probably be easier in the vise. So let's go do that. Let's straighten these out, and then we'll attach these here so we can measure how long of a pipe we need, because then we're gonna go and take some 90-degree elbows and then go down to the base where we're actually gonna have the piping. And the piping, I think I want to make it, I don't know, 5 feet long, just so we can go, you know, clear a pretty good path, or you know, resurface a pretty good path at the same time. So yeah, first of all, let's go straighten these out. Could have probably done this with some pliers and vice grips, but this works just as good. Okay, I just tried, and it does reach. However, I should cut a piece of pipe to test to make sure that it's not too tight here. That's a little oversight on my part. But I do have this galvanized strapping as well that I can use if something happens that this does not work. And this galvanized strapping, by the way, I will be using underneath at the other holes that I drilled in order to support the barrel. So let me go measure this. Take into account the 90-degree elbow that I have. That's flying all over the place. And I'll cut the piece of pipe and test it out. I'll be right back. I don't think you need to watch me cut the pipe, huh? Nah. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright, I cut the piece of pipe. Oh geez, look at that, huh? I think it'll do. I think it'll work. You think? Yeah, once we have the bottom one, once this is tight, yeah, there's room to move here, and enough room for the fittings. Geez, those fittings are thicker than I thought. It might just make it snug enough for it to work properly. Still haven't put the other screw underneath. Let's see if we can reach the bolt hole. Yeah, I can't reach the bolt hole. I might actually have to use this galvanized strapping. Let me give it another try here. Give me a sec. I'll come back to you when I figure stuff out. Okay, before I continue with the strapping, I'm just gonna glue this top bar together just to make it easier. I got some PVC glue stuff here, the primer and I did put a mark, by the way, to as you can see, the pencil mark there and there, just to make sure that they are parallel. I really wouldn't want to end up with the angles pointing different ways. That'd be bad. This doesn't have to be 100% clean because there's never going to be water in this part, but still. I don't know if you guys can hear, but there's a woodpecker going crazy out in the back there. All my lines ended up being off, but I just I used the level of the bench. Hopefully it's good enough. There you go. We got the top bar done. Now I'm gonna cut the strapping, I guess, to hold it in place. Okay, I figured out that I needed a strap that had 9 holes, 9 main holes, I guess. There's one of these bolts. It's actually it's not a metric one, so I gotta be careful. It won't thread into my threads. It's a little loose, but it'll do. The next hole in was actually too long, so but I think this will work just fine. Now from here I'll be able to glue up some pipes here and actually connect to a couple of T's, but those T's will be blocked up. I won't allow water to come back up from them. It's just to connect these to this rotating device, and then those other pipes, I'll have a T right in the middle, just like this one, that will accept that flexible tube down here. And this will all rotate up and down, and these ones here will all have the holes in the bottom to let the water drip out. But you'll see how that all works out once I get a little bit further along. So now I got to drop this this frame just to see how low it goes, so then I can actually measure how long I can make this. I suppose it doesn't really matter as long as it's longer than the height. I wouldn't want it to hang low like that in order to drag on the ice. I'd want it to have somewhat of an angle, just so that, you know, it's easier to bounce over, like, you know, little bumps and stuff. So yeah, let me drop this, and then we'll do some measurements and cut pipe and do some more gluing, and hopefully this part will be done fairly soon. So this is the lowest it goes. If I take a measuring tape, I don't know how far back I want it to drag. I don't know, maybe we can go 16 inches. Like that. I think 16 inches would do fine. So let me cut 2 pipes like that, 16 inches, and we can glue them in here, and then we'll go from there. Okay, as you can see, I got the 2 T's here, and this will attach the main pipe that will have water in it. And there's going to be another T here where the actual flexible pipe's going to go in. So now I got to cut a piece of pipe from there to there and then there to there, so then I can attach all this together. Then the remainder of the pipe that's going to go out here, I can cut that later. That's going to decide how wide I want my sweep to go actually. So now I just got to figure out how much to cut here, and then I'll glue these together before actually putting it in there, because then, well, I suppose I can flex this open, but you know, it'll be easier to just slide in all at once. So this is what it looks like, you know, put together. These will go in there. I don't want to put them in there right now because, man, once it's in there, it's hard to take out. But this one here, actually, I'll put on an angle just so it'll, when it's dragging on the ground like this, let's say like that, the pipe won't be so close to the ground. So yeah, so it's gonna look something like that, I guess. And then on the back of the tractor here, it'll look something like that. And that'll drag on the ground, and I'll have extra pipe coming up from here to there. Okay, I'm actually gonna seal the inside of these T connectors. Like I said, I don't want the water to go into that part of the pipe. So I just cut up part of a siding leftover that we had from the garage. The contractor actually ordered quite a bit more siding that we needed, but anyways, I'll use that someday to build the shed. One of the projects come later, I guess. So it fits in there, and I'm just gonna lay a bead of caulking at the bottom, and then I'll seal that up. This caulking is a little bit old. I hope it's gonna work. It's not as malleable as it used to be. So as you can see, I put some caulking in the bottom there. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, you can tell this caulking's really old. Yeah, hopefully it'll do the job. And even if some water goes in there, I guess it's not the end of the world, but you know. Alright, now it's time to glue these together. Then we can stick that in there and glue that together. Gotta make sure I'm not using one of the capped ones for the middle. That wouldn't be good. Hi Lisa, welcome to the recording.
Hi. How's it going?
Well, it's going pretty good. Just gluing stuff together.
Great.
Not a big fan of gluing this stuff. But you know. Now I gotta make sure that this here ends up at a 45-degree angle. You don't have that much time when gluing this stuff. You got maybe 30-40 seconds, and after that it's set.
Okay. And this is at the right angle?
Yeah. About. So now when I do this one here, see I already put the,
oh nice,
so the water doesn't go up in this pipe. So now when I do this one, I just gotta make sure it's flat with that one. It's gonna be a little bit easier. Alright, now just this last part to do. I got the silicone in there a little bit. Oh well, whatever happens, happens. I'm gonna have to be somewhat quick when I to put those in.
Looks good.
There you go. Okay, so where was I? It's been a couple of days since I shot that last clip. Went for a walk in our trails over here, and Hurricane Lee had passed, or the remnants of Hurricane Lee had passed over us, and there were a few trees down in our trail, so had to, you know, clear the trail up, and I got the woods stacked up on the side of the trail. I might take you along for the ride there when I bring those logs out. But anyways, I'm gonna measure now the towel that I have for for the ice resurfacer is 4 foot 6 inches. So now I gotta just extend this tube out to be 4 foot 6 inches. So now we've got 2 feet 3.5 inches. So we need another 2 feet 3 inches. Even though it's a little bit wider, that doesn't matter. So 2 feet 3 inches. Divide that by 2 because I need 2 pipes here. So it's 1 foot 1.5 inches. So I need 2 pipes, a foot, 1.5 inches. In order for this pipe to fit, I'm gonna glue a piece of, you know, regular pipe on here, so then I can use a clamp and actually clamp that pipe onto here. And this will be on the other end as well. That's on the barrel right there. So I got 2 more glue ups to do, and then that should be with the that should be it for the glue. I guess I wasn't done with the glue. I forgot I had to do these 2. I'll just glue those up quick here. Now this should really be the last glue up. Okay, so now I gotta mount the unit on the back of the tractor so I know where it actually will fall on the ice, so I know where to drill the holes. I want to drill the holes really on the underneath so all the water can drain out. Also, I want to put some eyelet screws, I guess, for it to ride on so it doesn't wear out the PVC. So as per the YouTube videos that we had linked in our first video, I'm going to make the holes every 1.5 inches, and I'm going to use a 5/32 bit in order to make those holes. So let me go ahead and measure those up, and then I'll drill them out. So these are the eye bolts, I guess. I don't know how you call them. But anyways, that's what I'm going to use to actually put here so that it actually rides on this and not actually on the plastic, so it doesn't wear out. So I'm just going to drill a couple extra holes here and there, and then I'll thread these in. Okay, now the next thing to do is actually to put the grommets in the towel. And then after that I'll drill the holes to match where the grommet holes are on here, so I can actually put hooks in the piping. Alright, since I didn't put all the holes exactly at the right spot, I missed a measurement here and there, I'm just going to mark where the holes should be with a Sharpie. Well, not where the holes should be, actually where we're going to be putting up these hooks. That's actually going to go in the eyelet, and it'll drag the towel behind. And then after that, it's just a final assembly. Just adding these for a little extra support, like I said in the first video, just so the weight's not all on the edge of the barrel. Okay, so we're pretty much done all of the fabrication needed. Only thing I got left is basically to do the legs and actually paint the unit. So we'll get back to you once we're painting. We'll put in a couple of clips of us painting it, and then hopefully you'll see it all done, attached to the tractor, you know, soon enough. We won't be able to test it. I mean, the leaves are still falling. It's not cold enough for the water to freeze, but at least we're ready. The fall colors are really coming out.